always what it seems. Things won't turn out perfectly when you want to. There is one thing you can do.
You talk about Sandtray. What is Sandtray?
Sandtray is an exercise between the conscious and the subconscious mind, between our inner world and our outer world. It's really based on ancient healing techniques of Tibetan monks, as well as Native American healing ceremonies of the Navajo and the Hopi, especially in the southwestern part of the United States, where I'm very blessed to live. And Carl Jung, the father of modern psychiatry, brought the Sandtray technique to modern medicine, modern therapeutic approach. And the idea is that a certain object may appeal to the patient's conscious mind, awakened by their subconscious mind. And as they place the object into the Sandtray, they may have a memory, a thought, an inspiration, an idea that is brought to the conscious mind that then can help them with their current stress, their current the chatter that they have in their mind, the kind of worrying and anxiety, that connecting to this object can possibly illuminate solutions and bring forth an ideal. They can set an ideal to sustain them during times of hardship or suffering and bring about transformation. So I have a sand tray, a tray with sand, and then just a small candle in the middle of it. And then there's a shelf with about 50 to 100 objects. And the patient may choose several of those objects and place them in the sand. And I look at the result of the sand tray and put it in the patient's medical record, just like I would look at the chest x-ray or their blood test, because it is a visible picture of her inner life. And there are some remarkable stories and case studies about Sandtray. I love doing workshops in Sandtray. And I just did one in Guatemala. I just did one on a ship in the off the coast of Spain. And it's something that everyone enjoys. It's really about engaging the mind to awaken the spirit in just a simple storytelling technique.
So with the Sandtray therapy, I'd like to understand it a little bit more. Is it based on the therapy that you prescribe for them with this? Is it based on the item they choose and the way they place it in the sand?
Well, it's almost like my dream work, where I believe that the dream belongs to the dreamer. I don't interpret dreams, but I support the patient as they interpret their own dream and what the archetypes mean to them. And it's the same with Sandtray. So an object may have one meaning to one woman, it may have another meaning to another woman. I've had patients that may partially bury some of the objects in the sand. And as they begin to tell the story, they realize that this part of them is hidden and they've suppressed it, they've covered it up, and it needs to come to light. So yeah, the placement can have a role. Group Sandtray, I think, is fascinating as it relates to synchronicity. So when you do the Sandtray, it's as if you cannot help but choose the object that your subconscious mind is wanting you to choose. Even when you try to argue with your conscious mind of, I don't want to pick that. And so I had this situation happen with a group of working women, because Sandtray is a great team building exercise. And so one of the women in the group was a new employee. She had only worked there about a month or two, and she really kept to herself. She had just moved to the area. She had a teenage son. She was a single mom, divorced. And so as the women chose their objects, and we went around the circle with them sharing about the objects, I believe in this Sandtray they had each chosen 3 objects. So one of the workers said, I don't know why I picked this clown. I don't like clowns. I'm afraid of clowns. I had a bad experience at the circus when I was a little girl where some clowns scared me, but I couldn't help myself. I just had to choose the clown today. Well, there was a little bit of a pause, and then the new worker, the new woman raised her hand and she said, I know you picked that clown for me. She said, my 14-year-old son collects clowns, figurines, just like that one. And at 5 o'clock this morning, I put him on the bus because after his 14th birthday, he could choose if he wants to live with his mom or his dad, and he chose to live with his dad. And I'm really having a hard time, and I need some help. And so by the first woman following her subconscious mind and choosing the clown, that became a catalyst for the second woman to share about her emotional turmoil and to ask for and receive support. And I have many, many case studies of Sandtray. And like I said, I love to do these workshops. So
that sounds fascinating.
Yeah,
really
so
does.
invite me to your workplace, invite me to your area, and let's do a Sandtray
Ooh,
together.
that would be so fun. Ooh, yes, that would be fascinating. It kind of really intrigues me how that works and the messages that can come about from it.
It's